I'm Danica Tormohlen with Trade Show News Network, Corporate Event News, and Biz Bash. And we are joined today by Marina Nicholson with Hilton. Welcome, Marina.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're here at IMEX today, and Hilton is releasing a 2026 Trends Report this week at IMEX. So Marina is going to give us the highlights of some of it. So talk about some of the things that you've learned that have to do specifically with the meetings and events industry.
Sure. So the big trend that we're really seeing right now is kind of the why-cation. People are, instead of focusing on where they want to go, there's purpose-driven. It's the why they want to go to those locations. So that'll translate into meetings and events with, they really want to pack your time in your meeting and events with purpose. So we want to be really thoughtful about what our programming is for the event, but also how you can be in the community as well and feel like that sense of place when you're in the location.
So how is Hilton trying to assist, the events that are in Hilton properties with these trends?
Right. So I think one of the interesting things for especially meetings and events attendees, a lot of times you're in the location and you don't get to venture out. So we like to bring the location to you as much as we can in the hotel. So whether that's with the design, the art and the architecture in the building, but also with the programmatic pieces like food and beverage, we want to give you a sense of where you are. A great example is I was in Columbus, Ohio a couple of years ago for a big team member event. And we were all in the hotel the whole time. It was a great event, but we didn't necessarily get to see much of the community. But the food and beverage team really brought that to life with some great local flavors. If you've ever had a Buckeye, those are a fun little snack that are native to Ohio, and they brought those to us. And great food and beverage moments like that can really make the most of your time there.
I know there were some tech findings too about tools that people are using for planning.
Sure. So for tech tools that people are planning, we've developed our meeting planner optimizer. We're doing things to make it easier for meeting planners to plan their events, specifically events that are fewer than 35 people. So now they can do all of that online, a really seamless operation where you don't necessarily have to make a phone call. You can just do all of it online. You can book your food and beverage packages, room blocks, all that kind of stuff, just to simplify and make it easier for meeting planners to protect.
Some new tools. One of the trends that I thought was interesting, that finding time to unwind. More than 1 in 4 business travelers actively seeking out alone time during work trips to fuel up or re-energize.
I think that finding is probably not surprising to anyone who has ever been on a business trip, that, I just need a moment to decompress. That is a big one for us. So we really want to make a guest room like kind of an oasis for people. For guest rooms themselves, that familiarity, people want to connect to the shows that they're watching, give them that moment to decompress and feel like they're home. We also have a great partnership with Calm, so you can meditate in your room if you're so inclined. Those moments of silence are really important. And that's personal silence. I think another moment of quiet that we especially want in meetings and events moments is your job is still going even when you're at an event. I think all of us have experienced that. And so sometimes we just need a moment of quiet to catch up on our emails. So we develop these like really purpose-driven event spaces so people do have places where they can decompress, answer their emails, have that audio privacy that you really need. A great example of that is a couple weeks ago, we just opened a brand new hotel, brand new build, Arlington McKee, right outside DC. It's a great meetings and events hotel. And one of the really cool things about it is in this pre-function space, you have all these little silent pods that people can just go in if you're a meeting attendee, get your phone call, do a Zoom call, your emails, all of that right next to your meetings and events.
Are they like closed in?
Yeah, they're closed in walls with glass on the outside, so they can still see what's happening, but you still have that audio privacy, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we found really important. Also, lots of chargers. We don't want any charging anxiety. We have chargers built into everything, so that's definitely a priority for us.
That's nice when you have a new build, right?
Exactly. We love that. We love that.
You can do all those kind of things. Exactly. And you said you partner with Calm as well.
Yeah. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really cool. So one of the things with our connected room, we want guests to be able to connect with as much as they can in their connected room. So in addition to Netflix and Apple TV and those kind of things, we also let them connect with Calm app. You don't have to have a subscription. You can just dial in on the TV.
Great.
Exciting.
I've been seeing lots of commercials about it, and so it's definitely piqued my interest.
It's a wonderful partner.
Okay, let's talk about workouts. The other thing, more along the lines of that me time, right?
Oh my gosh, totally. I mean, I think one of the great findings in there is I think 17% of people would prefer to work out alone, and we found that as a global company, that's even as you look globally, that's even more important in other parts of the world, especially for women who want to have privacy when they're working out or something like that. So we saw this great partnership with Peloton where we have in-room cycling, so you can keep your streak going if you want to. Also, developing our workout spaces. So there's stretch areas and stretch spaces for that. Also, partnering come to do different kinds of yoga poses, kind of whatever you want to do in terms of rest and relaxation. We want to make sure that your routine isn't broken up necessarily by a trip to Kokomo or Indianapolis or something like that in the middle of it.
Yeah. Any other trends that are standing out to you from the report that, specifically, again, for meetings and events business?
Yeah, for meetings and events business, I think one of the big things that we're finding is, again, with a purpose-driven piece, we want to give meeting attendees a moment to connect with the local community as well. So one thing that we really lean into is looking at our team members and their area of expertise in their local community on how the guests can connect with the local community through different types of service activities and things like that. That's a huge component for a lot of, especially big Fortune 500 companies that want to make sure that they're giving back appropriately. I can just think of the last year we were in Tulum, a really great meeting event. Obviously, if you're meeting in Tulum, it's going to be a fun event at one of our great all-inclusive properties there. But we wanted to also give back to the local community, so we did a really fun trash pickup on the beach. It's a great place it's a beautiful beach, but there's always trash. It was great to help the local community with the trash pickup there. In Columbus, we connected with the Ronald McDonald House and helped paint little guest rooms in there. So I think more and more what we're going to see from the purpose-driven trips is how to use the whole time to also connect with people.
So Hilton, your contact there will help connect you with the right people in the community so that you can do that giving back.
Exactly.
I'm definitely seeing that more and more with corporate events and also trade shows too. Everybody is building in some kind of activity where they're helping do something in the community for whoever wants to be involved.
Exactly. You can be involved or as not involved as you want to be. I think that optionality is another important thing, different kinds of flexibilities to let people interact with as much as they want to interact with them. And speaking of kind of interacting with the community, we also have a really good light stay calculator, so to help meeting planners kind of understand what the carbon footprint of their event is, and if they want to offset, we can help them with that as well.
Yeah, so sustainability tools on top.
Kind of sustainability, the local community, the environment, all of it.
Yeah. Thank you for taking a few minutes of your time today here at IMEX to talk about some of the trends that you're seeing since you're one of the biggest hotel chains in the world.
Yeah, we just opened our 615th hotel. We'll be in 100 countries in the next couple of years. So we'll have the largest global footprint, which is pretty exciting for us. Yeah.
Very exciting. Yeah, thank you so much, Marina.